feel like Kelly Ripa.
I feel like Regis.
And do you want to towel because you're sweating? I turned the air to 73. It's sweating over here, guys. The air conditioning is on 73. It's beautiful in here. I'm actually cold. I need a sweater. I need a jacket.
It should be.
And he's like,
it should be a max at 69, and honestly, that's still probably too warm.
hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't met my husband Joe, then where have you been? No, just kidding. He's not here that often, but we are here with a couples Q&A. I took to Instagram and asked if you guys have any questions. We want to do a fun Q&A. So
Holy crap, those are all the questions.
no, there's way more. There's a lot. I was thinking I would ask Joe a lot of them because he doesn't know what they are, and then you could get his reaction and his answer to them. So we'll start easy, okay?
That's good.
And then we'll kind of get into like the juicier questions.
Remember, I'm slow.
These are some of them we're gonna answer individually and then some as a couple. So any good TV shows, series, movies you've been watching recently? What's the first one that comes to mind?
Oh goodness. I didn't know it was gonna be like hot questions where it's like what first answer?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Little Fires Everywhere. It's what I'm currently watching. It's really good. I'm only on episode 6. Highly recommend. We just also finished Dollar. It's a like 10
$1.
$1?
$1, I think.
It's a like a 10 show miniseries. Also very good. But
Good.
I only remember those because it's like the first
That's
thing.
the very most recent ones. I think both of us are enjoying the second season of Cruel Summer.
Yes.
That one's pretty good on Hulu.
And then we're also watching Manifest.
Oh, Manifest.
We just started that one. The first
Yeah.
episode, I was literally like,
Yeah, that's pretty good. That one keeps your interest for sure. So
I would definitely say we're true crime addicts.
yeah.
And anything that's like miniseries on Hulu, Netflix, we definitely watch all those.
Yeah.
Did our debt-free journey teach us anything new about each other?
I don't think so. I mean, honestly, we've always known that we're very hardworking, and when we get excited and focused on something, that we can absolutely do it. It just takes time and patience and a lot of hard work. But that's all stuff that we knew about each other. We've been together for 17 years. There's not a whole lot that surprises me about her anymore. I pretty much know the moods and everything, and you know that you can learn after 17 years together. So there's I don't think it really taught us anything new. It was just getting through it, and that's something we do best.
I think it also highlighted our strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that? Like, I think it really highlighted our strengths and then kind of set us up for like that next stage of life where we knew like, okay, here's what he's really, really good at. So this is what he's gonna do, and here's what I'm really, really good at. Like, I'm really good at meal planning and making meals and like that kind of structure. So when it came to like our finances on that side, I feel like I was really good at making meals for really, really cheap. And then he was really good at our finances on the flip side. So I think it just really highlighted like our strengths.
I think it was fun because it was a different challenge.
Mm-hmm.
We both like challenges. We like to be challenged in different ways, and I think that was something that we really enjoyed. The process was that it really pushed us to sometimes only eat ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, limit the pop or the whiskey or whatever purchases, because every single dollar went to the debt that was extra beyond bills. So.
But then I think on the flip side, now it's been a few years, and I think we really, really appreciate more so when we go out to a nice dinner or
100%.
when we do things for other people, because I feel like I don't know, like the value of the dollar has changed.
Yeah.
Not that we put money on a pedestal or anything, but the value of it, I think it has kind of changed a little bit.
It's just made us be able to relax and either give away money if we wanted to, or just relax and spend time together and do certain things without worrying about how much is in the bank. It's like, you know, we're not rich by any means, but at the same time, we have a lot of excess free dollars right now because we don't have to pay credit cards or student loans or taxes.
It does make life very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple. Mm-hmm. This one we're both going to answer. I feel like this is a good answer. Is Vegas your forever home?
That's a tough one. We've literally moved, since we've been together, literally moved almost like clockwork every 2 to 3 years, whether it be an apartment or it's states or, because we moved, I'm from Ohio, she's from Minnesota, and we moved back and forth between those states when we were first together. Then we moved apartments, we just jumped back and forth, and just whenever we could level up, we leveled up.
But do you feel like
I know I'm getting off topic, but
you think Vegas and you think this is where I want to be forever?
We absolutely love it here. The heat right now, it's 110 degrees. It's obviously sometimes a struggle, but I'll be honest, I would love to someday live closer to the beach. I'm definitely a water kid. I would love to have a house on the beach or close to the beach, within driving distance to the beach.
West Coast beach.
West Coast beach, not East Coast beach. I'm not a Florida guy. The humidity would, if you can't tell, I'm already sweating, so the humidity in Florida would be very intense for me. But yeah, I think that would be cool.
So Vegas is not your forever home?
I'm gonna say, just based on us and knowing us.
No, I'm saying you.
Oh, my forever home.
I'm saying we're both answering this separately.
Okay. I could see it being our forever home because it is very close to a lot of things and it's cheap to get places. Vegas flights are very cheap. So yes, I could see living here for the rest of our lives. I don't know if we'll move again. It's tough.
I actually completely disagree. It is not my forever home.
Oh, okay.
I like it here. I think that my job is the reason why I don't want to leave. But I think in my heart, I kind of have like that nomad, like he was kind of saying, like we move all around.
Like to move and travel.
I love that. I think life should be experienced and you should be able to pick up and go. And I know it's been a lot easier for us because we don't have children right now, but I have that like sense and yearning to constantly explore somewhere new and be there.
I agree.
And so I know it's not my forever home.
Yeah.
I think what's keeping us here right now is because I love my job. I cannot see going and doing anything else. I know he really likes California and he's like drawn to the beaches. And I know he's always wanted to travel. And I actually said a couple of weeks ago, like, I think we should just get an RV and just...
When we retire, I think that's probably gonna be what we do is just all over the country. You know, maybe a day or two in certain spots, depending on where it is, if we like it, you know, maybe a week or something like that. But yeah, having the freedom to move around and do different things is something we've always enjoyed doing.
Yeah, that's why I think it was a little bit harder to buy a house. We wanted a house, but I think we just never did because like that freedom of just having a lease and going wherever you want, it feels good.
But I also say that buying a house gives us the opportunity that if we do decide down the road to sell the house, well, now there's excess money again, where we don't have to struggle and wonder, you know, or just jump back into work because we didn't plan right. So I do think that once this house is paid down quite a bit, that we will consider selling and see what the options are.
Or even renting and having like a second
going back to renting, something like that. Just depends, I don't know.
A quick pause to today's Q&A to thank Green Chef, who is sponsoring today's video. With Green Chef, we are able to eat clean and live a healthy lifestyle. Green Chef has a ton of delicious, clean recipes with organic vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. They limit processed ingredients and don't use artificial colors, so it makes you feel good about the foods that you're eating. It doesn't get much easier than the simple recipes that they send you with pre-chopped and pre-measured ingredients that are made in-house and you can just throw together in 30 minutes or less. You can also discover exciting recipes and unique flavors that support your healthy lifestyle. Use my code Miranda50 to get 50% off plus free shipping. Go to greenchef.com for more details. We have been sharing about Green Chef for over 2 years. We absolutely love them. For us, it's a great date night in. It's restaurant quality food that we can feel really good about cooking inside our home, and it's a great quality time for us together. Being in my kitchen is my favorite thing, and sharing that with Joe is just so much fun. He's not really big in the kitchen, but when we do it together, we love it. You don't have to tell them the exacts, but do we have baby names to like
You don't want to tell them exacts?
No.
Yes.
Then yes. And
So,
I will be
yes,
honest, we've had a boy and a girl name picked out
Yeah.
since we started trying. 7-8 years ago, and then recently we were actually talking about it, and he was like,
we should come up with a backup plan just in case we have 2 boys or 2 girls or something like that. So
we came up with
some backups, and honestly, I think we're in love with them. So
we're kind of stuck on middle names. So if you have some good middle names,
yeah,
drop them below, because I'm sure other people would appreciate it too. That's a sticking point. I don't have a middle name. He doesn't love his, so we're not going to use it.
I like my middle name.
You said yesterday you didn't like it.
What's wrong with? Well, I know. I just don't. I wouldn't name a kid that. I like my middle name. I wouldn't.
I like it. I wouldn't name a kid that. Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah. And every time we get lost and like we'll put 2 together, like our pick name and then a middle name, he always goes back to like, we'll just give him Miranda as a middle name. I'm like, no, that's not a middle name. You're not being named after your mother.
And there's several people in my family that have the middle name Joe or Joseph, and so I feel like that one's already a little bit too overused.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're very set with these names. We just need the
babies.
Middle names. Yeah, we just need, just if someone wants to give us a baby so we can name it, that'd be great.
We just need the babies. I also know this answer because I asked him the other night. I kind of warmed him up a little bit to these questions. Do you want to find out the sex of your baby when I get pregnant?
Okay, so I told her the other day, I could not go 9 months not knowing what to buy a baby. I know you can buy neutral things that are, that could go either way. It's either going to be all Bengals stuff for the boy, or it's going to be all Bengals stuff for the girl. Like, I'm just saying, I need to know so that I can start planning, because if it's a boy, cool, I got that one. It doesn't matter. I'm ready for the boy. If it's a girl, I told her I'm scared to death of little girls, because I wasn't a girl. I grew up with boys. It was. So anyway, that was something like I need to know, because if it's a little girl, I gotta get my whooping sticks ready to beat off all the little boys that'll be coming around. So that, I think that would be an absolute yes for me. I need to know what it is. Whether she finds out or not, that's up to her. I don't know if I could keep the secret for 9 months. It would probably slip, and I'd say like, hey, what do you want to buy him, or whatever. But
and I said no.
Tough.
I said I would really think it would be so awesome if that anticipation of waiting, because we have waited so long, that when it happens, like, let's just wait it out. Like, it as long as it's a healthy baby, like, and he's like, I can't, babe. I'm gonna have to know. And it's kind of funny, because that brings us like to the opposite of each other. I'm the person that plans everything. I need to know. I don't like the change of plans where he's like, go with the flow. It doesn't matter. Let's book a plane ticket and fly away today. Or I'm like, if we didn't book it 6 months ago, we aren't going. Right. So it's just kind of interesting how that flops, where I'm like,
that's one thing that I need to plan for. Like, I cannot just not know what's coming.
Was it for you love at first sight?
Whew. Listen, y'all. This woman, there was an instant attraction. I don't know if I believe in love at first sight, and I think it's natural. There was absolutely the attraction, and not just to her body, but her personality. She was sexy as hell, y'all. I'm just saying what it is. Never mind. All right, so I get off track. But she had a very bubbly personality, very friendly, very outgoing, and that was something that drew me right away too, because I love aggressive personalities. I have one, and she had one. I think she's mellowed out a little bit since then. But But that's something I'm drawn to, is I like the aggressive personalities.
So, was it love at first sight?
It was something at first sight.
It wasn't great.
I'll tell you what. It was. She took my breath away. It was honestly. There was a lot of something at first sight.
I would say for me, no. I feel like that's like. Yeah. We were so young that I feel like that's like, you don't even know what love is when you're 18. I feel 18, like you don't know what that, I mean, I think
we had hormones. That was obvious.
Lust at first sight, not love at first sight.
I mean, like I said, there was something at first sight. Like, No, I honestly, there was a very powerful attraction.
Yeah.
That
We became best friends.
Yeah, we just wanted to hang out all the time.
Before anything else.
We didn't kiss right away. It was just something that we were like hanging out, and then eventually we did kiss. We couldn't stop kissing, and it was just what it was. But obviously, just like dating goes. But yeah, no, it was there was absolutely the attraction to everything about her. So
have we ever broken up? By the way, we've been together 17 years, married 13
Yeah.
as of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have we ever broken up?
no.
He tried to break up with me the first summer. I remind him of that a lot. But
So-
in his defense, we were together. We had only been dating for like 2 weeks officially, before he moved from Minnesota to Ohio because
Yeah.
we met in college. We were in college together. And so that entire summer we didn't see each other. And we didn't know when we were gonna see each other
Right.
because my parents were being so strict, like, you can't fly to see this boy that
Yeah,
we
it was
barely
hard.
know. And so he was like, what's the point of dating? I don't even know when I'm gonna see you. You don't want to see me. And I
Right.
was like,
And we, being 18, we didn't have any money, so
Yeah.
it's like, how are we going to get to each other? When are we going to see each other? I mean, there was several periods of months that we didn't
Yeah.
see each other,
Yeah.
and this is before FaceTime on cell phones, so we couldn't just like pick up the phone and see
we had our Blackberries.
We had. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was really hard. Thankfully, we did not break up when I suggested
No.
it, but no, it was really tough for a lot of 2-3 years before.
2 years.
Yeah,
It was a lot of travel
at least
back and
2
forth.
years, and there was the times that we did see each other was only like 5 or 10 days at
Yeah.
a time, and so that's just not enough time.
And if
to-
you've ever dated long distance, I feel like you really get to know that person because you literally
Communication.
can only talk.
Yep, communication.
So
gets
it
better.
is good. Your
Yep.
communication is awesome. You talk about your day, you talk about this, you talk about,
Yep.
your dreams, your aspirations, what you want to do. So you talk a lot. And I think that's good. It
Absolutely.
builds a really strong foundation.
And we still, I think, because of that long distance communication, we still over communicate with each other
Yeah,
now.
agreed.
Just about in our regular days, we share our days. And, work for both of us is very. There's a lot of details that go into it, so we do over communicate and share a lot. And then we always communicate who we're with, where we're going, what time we're going to be coming home.
I think it's
all
just
that
like
stuff.
naturally built in because
Yeah.
that's how it's always been.
That's how we started, and that's how we've kept it going. So communication has been the best thing about our relationship. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. Okay, what is your love language?
Quality time, and I like experiences. So I like to go out and do things, and especially that I've never done before. Stuff that's like we just. I know you weren't there, but we did shark diving in Hawaii. It was
I
amazing.
did not shark dive.
She's not an on the water person. She
No.
loves the water, but she's not an on the water person. So,
And I don't like creatures.
So just things like that. I love to go see new movies. I love to go to dinner.
But he's happy just spending one-on-one quality time, like
Here at
on the
home.
couch,
Yeah,
just
it
like
could be-
next to each other.
Yeah.
That's quality time.
100%.
So
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything. We're very low key.
I think mine is acts of service and quality time, but definitely acts of service comes first. Like if he folds the laundry or does the dishes or like vacuums, like I feel so loved. I just feel like that was so thoughtful. Like even though he does those things all the time, I just feel like, oh, that was so thoughtful for you to do that. And then of course quality time. I'm the same. I'm a homebody. I like being home. So like hanging out, sitting in our backyard, in our garage. We love garage time.
And of course, like every husband, I have to remind her, hey, honey, I did the dishes. I mean, did you see I did the dishes? Stuff.
Okay, we have a really juicy one, so if you have littles around, maybe pause the video.
Oh.
It's a couples Q&A.
Can I walk away? Like, what's going on?
Okay, so right now we are trying to conceive, and someone's asked, like, how are we keeping things interesting? So, like, they're not becoming a chore, not becoming a chore. What's the other word I'm looking for? Just, like, not getting boring.
So,
you answer, then I'll answer.
Okay, so first off, she's hot, so that doesn't. That's
It's easy
not,
for men.
That's not hard.
This is a girl that asked.
So-
I feel like it's so easy for
So
men.
I'll actually say, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like there's lots of things that we do on a regular basis to keep it spicy. it could be, again, the experiences of doing something and making it a special time, like going out to dinner and then making it romantic. Yes, yeah, obviously. So that's a big thing. You know, we take time to date each other still. I think that's important. So, but I will say, always, you know, throughout the week, if we've had long days, it's hard.
You have to be understanding.
You have to be willing to, you know, sacrifice a little bit. Yeah. I mean, that's what I tell her, but yeah, so anyway.
You can't think of it as a chore or this is the reason why you're doing said activity.
Yeah.
You instead have to, well, one, you have to be attracted to each other. You have to enjoy that part of your relationship.
Right.
But as soon as you move that language of like, oh, this is a chore, this is a challenge, this is a bore, how do we keep this spicy? I think then it kind of creeps into your mind a little bit.
No.
Yeah,
and that's something we've tried not to do, is just not to put too much pressure into it. Like, I enjoy sex with her.
Just
right?
like don't put that pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
But also, like, there are obviously times during the month where like
it's tough.
It's tougher because you've had long days, but then also those days happen to fall on the days where you should be doing it because you're at your peak. And so it's just kind of like you said, we try to keep it romantic. We try to keep it light and fun. We're not the type of people that are buying like throw pillows and different bedding and candles and like all this fluff. But I really think it's important to still date your spouse, so that way you both feel special. And I think that's where love language come into, right?
And honestly, we're both still very attracted to each other. Like,
and we're excited. This isn't a chore for us because like
we're working towards something we want to do.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's like
so that
this is gonna give us a baby.
Yeah.
So
it makes it a little less of a chore.
Yeah.
So it's because it's a lot. You know, we have to we have to have sex a lot. So it's again, a lot of fun, but you know, there is some work that goes in onto the backside too. Just like, and that's natural. Like, no matter how attracted to each other we are, if we have long days and we got up at 3:30 in the morning and I don't see her again until 7 o'clock at night, it's a long day. We're both tired. So we just we try to make it fun. We try to actually, you know, joke around and have a good time. So that
we know each other. We know. So, I think like you have like your love languages, but then you have like your sex love languages without getting into a lot of details. I feel like you have to know that about your partner.
Yeah.
So that way you know kind of like
you know what each other likes. You know what turns each other on. It's, again, we've been together for 17 years.
Again,
we know each other.
You can't think of it as a chore.
Yeah.
You have to figure that out for yourself, and every couple is so different. Start with love languages and then have that discussion of like, how can we make this fun and light and not heavy? And I think it's heavier on a female. I was telling him earlier today, I feel like it's heavier on a female because of your cycles and the way your hormones are, and like when you're peaking and when you don't feel like doing it and all those things. And in a 28-day cycle, they come around all the time.
And all she has to do is say, hey. And that's, so for me, it's obviously a lot easier, so.
All right, we have one more question. What do you love most about me? This one I feel like comes up every time that we have a Q&A video.
Her butt.
Oh, God. That's such a coincidence. That's my favorite part about you.
Right? I'm telling you, it's whatever. But I always go back, in all seriousness, I always go back to Miranda has a really big servant's heart. She's very giving. She's very giving to a lot of people. She gives a lot to her work and what she does there. She gives a lot to me. But she is, I hate to say like a built-in waitress, but she likes to do those things of service. She likes to cook food if we have time, because again, our days are long. She just likes to do things that I like to do, just to make me happy and have a good day.
I like to see other people.
Yeah.
Like.
She's got a big servant's heart, and so that's something that obviously is very attractive to me because it makes my life so much easier. You know, we've had our long days and stressful days, and come home and there's dinner on the table. It's kind of a lost art these days. You don't see that as much from couples. So. And that gives us a chance to sit down, eat, and tell each other about our days sometimes too. So that's, but if I'm being honest, it's her butt.
My favorite thing about you is that you are always so chill. And I feel like my favorite thing about him changes a lot. But I just like I am such a anxious, uppity person that like having the ebb to my flow, that he's just like so chill. So when I'm feeling anxious or overwhelmed and my cup is empty, like I have this huge support next to me that's just like, babe, it's gonna be fine.
Chill out.
Like, it's okay. And it just takes me down, like,
yeah.
It's like a deep breath. It's like, and I love that about you. I also love that he has like the world's biggest heart. I feel like he is very intimidating because he's a big guy, but he is like a big teddy bear, and I love that about him too.
Wow.
But that is our Q&A in a nutshell. Those are all the questions we got from Instagram.
Those are good questions, guys.
That's what
I honestly, a lot of those threw me off guard, so great job with that.
If you have a question, you can leave it down below. Make sure you are subscribed so you never miss a video from us. We will have a new video up on Monday and a new video up on Saturday. So thanks so much for watching. Give this video a huge thumbs up, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.